This is a project I've been working for some time now. In basic form, this is actually the Turbo Timber Evolution, but I've purchased a Night Timber X wing set and I've put in servos. So I could make 2 planes out of one, because the Turbo Timber Evolution flies really nice, but it's not the most super agile aerobatic RC airplane. And when I put this Night Timber X wing, this one becomes so agile, and it's really fun to actually have 1 plane and 2 wings, and you can just swap back and forth. So what I actually did to make this work, I purchased a Night Timber X wing set, and the wing set includes more or less everything on the wing except the servos and except the wing spar. So you use the wing spar for the wing spar that comes with the Turbo Timber Evolution. It does fit, but you have to purchase 4 servos, and 3 of them has to be reverse and 1 has to be a normal direction. So I mean, this is the underside. You can see I have everything mounted, and the only thing is that because the Turbo Timber Evolution have this nice quick connector for each wing half inside, I actually have to split the output from the receiver. So at least on the ailerons and the flaps, I do split these outputs so I can bypass the quick connection and put on this wing. And if I want to swap back to the Turbo Timber Evolution wing, I just have to remove this wing, take the wing spar from this one, put it in, and use the quick connector. So it's a kind of it does work. It's not the best solution, but it does work. So I mean, let's go out and watch this plane then. And my working name for this one is actually the Turbo Timber Evolution X. So let's go and watch the flight then. As I am an early bird and I like to fly my RC planes early in the morning, here I am just after sunrise. It's a beautiful day, so let's get this one up in the air then. So it's definitely more agile than the Turbo Timber Evolution. And this the stickers, which you have to purchase separately for the Night Timber X wing set, do actually match the Turbo Timber Evolution really well. So if I just saw this RC airplane, I would certainly just think that it was the original wing with the stickers and everything. So I'm flying this on a 4S 2200 milliamp 50C battery. And it's super nice when you do rolls. You don't have any hesitation or anything lacking. Just if you do full stick, it will just go with a snappy roll. And stall turns are also easy, as are loops and rolls in combination. You can certainly fly something like an RC airplane with a Night Timber X wing, more 3D style. But I haven't really got into 3D, so I'm just flying regular aerobatics with my RC airplanes. So all the talking you hear from the TX, it's the ESC information, and it's the default setting for this one, so I haven't changed it. So the knife edge is And even though I'm doing quite slow rolls, I really enjoy when I fly my RC airplanes, and I feel that I have full control. I can go more if I like or less if I like, and I'm not lacking any agility. And then I can just make it easy, and if I get into trouble somehow, I know I can just push the throttle and move the sticks and get out of trouble. So to me at least, this Evolution, Turbo Timber Evolution X, as I call it, is a more fun plane to fly than the Turbo Timber Evolution. Although I think the Turbo Timber Evolution flies fantastic. It's just a great all-around RC airplane, and really no bad tendency to it, but it's still a little bit slower with the 1.5 wing, and if you really want to have a 1.5 meter wing RC airplane, I might suggest the Air Tractor, which is the similar sized 1.5 meter wingspan. It's to me at least more agile, but this one is just super fun, very controllable, and looks great when it flies. Timer says 30 seconds, but I will keep on flying. I have the EC alarm, so I'm not really worried I will drop out of the sky. So if you really do fly slow with the Turbo Timber Evolution, I think you can keep on flying for almost 10 minutes. And if you really push it, I think 5 minutes is the limit. So it's realistic. If you do a kind of mixed flying, you might end up somewhere around 6 or 7 minutes. So landing flaps are deployed. Let's just explore some flap flying. There's no ballooning. I've used the same TX setup as for the Turbo Timber Evolution, so I haven't changed anything, and that was also a goal I had, just to having the wings swappable, so I didn't have to change TX settings when I swap planes. So it's only the wing that is changed. It might not fly as steady and slow as the 1.5 meter wing, but still very, very good. And just remember to keep prop spinning and have airflow over the wings, and you'll be fine. I think it's time to get this one down, as the ES alarm keeps on telling me about low voltage. Okay, a little bit bouncy and nose down, but this grass field is also really rough, so it's difficult to run things on the ground. I think this could be considered like a successful project. Of course, this is more or less a Night Timber X RC airplane. Of course, the difference is that this one does have a 3-bladed prop, and that this one does have this nice top hatch for the battery as well. So these are the main two differences between the Night Timber X and this Turbo Timber Evolution X, which I've put together. So the only thing is I haven't got the wing light, because the Night Timber X does actually have lights inside the wings to work yet. I haven't really bothered with the navigation lights. I will further on, but it does become a bit messy with the cabling inside, because you have to, as I said, split these outputs from the receiver to have it working with both the quick connectors and straight to this wing. So my hope is that Horizon Hobby will provide these kind of quick connection cables, so I can purchase like a kit with these quick connector cables and put them on this plane. And the best thing would of course be if Horizon Hobby would provide a Knight Timber X or a shorter wing for the Turbo Timber Evolution X, because I think this does really show when during this flight also that it does become much more agile when you fly it. It's more fun to fly. It's a little bit more challenging. But overall, I think it's just a super fun one. And first I didn't like either the Turbo the Timber X or the Knight Timber X, because I thought they were chunky, and they still are chunky. Plus they have this tendency, like all the timber planes, to wag a little bit side to side if you don't if you do too much control input from these RCL planes. I could also compare this to the Arrows RC Bigfoot. I think the Arrows RC Bigfoot is a similar sized RCL plane. It's almost as agile as this Knight Timber X, so that's certainly an alternative. But this one does, come with floats, and it's just overall a great all-around RCL plane. So if you are tired on the Turbo Timber Evolution because it's too easy and too tame to fly, I would certainly suggest at least that you could do a similar project to put a Knight Timber X or Timber X wing on this RCL plane, and you will have a really fun and agile one. So that more or less concludes my Turbo Timber Evolution X project so far, but I will return to this one and see if I can do the quick connection and the LED lights.